Welcome back to the Tom and Julia English Podcast. Today we're talking about something every learner struggles with: forgetting everything you just learned.
Yes, you learn a new word today, and tomorrow your brain is like, what word? Never heard of it. It's frustrating, it's discouraging, and totally normal.
So today we'll explain why your brain forgets so fast, and more importantly, how to fix it forever.
First, let's talk about your brain. Your brain is not designed to remember everything, it's designed to save energy.
Exactly. So when your brain sees new information, it asks one question: is this important for survival? If the answer is not sure, it deletes it quickly.
That's why you remember a scary dog chasing you 10 years ago, but you can't remember the word enthusiastic you learned yesterday.
This is called the forgetting curve from psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus. It shows that we forget 60 to 80% of new information within 24 hours, unless we interrupt the curve.
And today, we'll show you exactly how to interrupt it in a simple, fun way.
Let's start with the first huge mistake: trying to learn too much at the same time. You know this moment. You open a vocabulary list with 50 new words and you say, "Okay, I'm going to learn all of them today."
And then you end up remembering maybe two. And even those two feel unsure.
Here's the truth your teachers never told you. Your brain has a daily limit for new information. Not because you're lazy, but because memory has a limited entry door.
Imagine a nightclub. If 100 people try to enter at once, nobody gets in smoothly. But if you let in just a few at a time, the club stays calm.
Your memory works the same way. When you push too many words at once, your brain panics and says, "Nope, too much, delete."
But when you give it 3 to 5 new words, something magical happens. Your brain actually has time to store them, connect them, and use them.
This is why slow learners often remember more, because they learn small amounts with focus.
So the real mistake isn't learning slowly. The real mistake is trying to learn too fast.
Here's the second mistake, and this one traps millions of learners. You learn passively. Passive learning is when you read lists, highlight words, watch videos, listen to teachers, but you never actually use what you learned.
Passive learning feels great because it's comfortable. You feel like you studied for an hour, but your brain is like, okay, nice, but I didn't have to do anything.
Think of it like watching someone do push-ups. You don't get stronger by watching, you get stronger by doing.
Exactly. Your memory grows only when your brain is forced to pull information out, not when it's being fed information. This is called active recall, the most powerful memory technique in the world.
Active recall is simple. You close the book and ask yourself, "What was that word again?" Or you speak it out loud. Or you write a sentence without looking.
Here's a tiny example. You learn the word frustrated. Passive learning. You read the definition and move on. Active learning. You try to use it in a sentence. I felt frustrated when I forgot this word yesterday.
Boom, the brain wakes up. It says, "Oh, we're using this? I'd better save it."
Passive learning is like watching people cook. Active learning is when you actually cook. And guess which one makes you remember the recipe?
Active, always.
All right, mistake number 3. And honestly, this is the one that destroys more progress than anything else. You don't review properly. Most learners think review means going back to a long list and reading it again. But that's not reviewing. That's just rereading.
And the brain hates rereading. Why? Because you're not challenging it. You're just scanning something you've already seen, so your brain goes, "Yep, I recognize that word, but I still won't remember it tomorrow."
Exactly. Review only works when the brain has to make a small effort. Not too hard, not too easy. Just a tiny challenge. Think of it like lifting weights. If the weight is too light, you don't grow. If the weight is too heavy, you give up. But the right weight helps you get stronger.
Memory works with the same rule. The trick is something called spaced repetition. You review the same word after a few hours, then after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after 1 week, then after 1 month. Each time, your brain has to reach for the memory. This strengthens the connection, just like training a muscle.
Here's a simple example. Let's say you learn the word predictable. Passive review. You see it again in your list and go, "Oh yeah, I know this." Active review. You close your eyes and try to recall, what does predictable mean? What's one sentence I can make with it? That tiny effort is what creates long-term memory.
So the real problem is not that you didn't review, it's that your review didn't activate your brain.
Okay, we've talked about the mistakes. Now let's get into the part everyone loves. How to fix everything with one simple method. This is our Remember Forever method. It's not complicated. It takes only a few minutes a day, and it works for any level.
There are 3 steps, and if you follow them, you will remember words 10 times longer. Step 1. Learn fewer words more deeply. Just pick 3 to 5 words a day. That's it.
And spend time playing with them. Say them out loud. Make personal sentences. Connect them to your life. Notice where you can use them. The deeper the connection, the longer the memory. Step 2. Use active recall every time. Don't just read the word. Close your eyes and try to remember it. Force your brain to pull the meaning out. Even if you're wrong, that effort strengthens memory.
A good rule: if it feels a little uncomfortable, you're doing it right. Step 3. Review with spaced repetition. You don't need apps. You don't need complex systems. Just review like this. Day 1. Learn the word. Day 2. Review. Day 4. Review. Day 7. Review. Day 14. Review.
That's it. 5 reviews in 2 weeks. Most people forget words because they never see them again at the right time.
With this method, you tell your brain, this word is important, save it.
And when your brain believes something is important, it protects it, stores it, and brings it back later, even when you're not trying.
That's how you build English that sticks. The fastest way to remember something is use it in your real life.
Send a message, write a comment, talk to yourself while walking, or use it in your English journal.
Even one sentence counts. You don't need a long paragraph.
Your brain only remembers what it uses, so use it anywhere, even in your head.
So here's your memory fix formula. First, learn fewer words. Second, use each word for 20 seconds. Third, review the next day. Last, use it once in real life.
And today's challenge: learn just 3 new words. Apply the formula. Come back tomorrow. Tell us which ones stuck.
If today's episode helped you understand your memory better,
Give us 1 like, 1 subscribe, and share this video with a friend who keeps forgetting English words too.
thanks for listening. And remember,
Small steps, big progress. See you in the next episode.